Hey, what's up, YouTubians? All right, look, it is the battle of the monitoring headphones. Well, I've only got two in the house, but we can still have a battle here. This will just be a nice little solid bout for you. Okay, so we got the Status 1 SM CB-1s and the OneOdio DJ headphones. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about like what it comes with and all this other stuff. I really wanna focus on functionality and sound, but I will tell you that I have them both here and I'll show you everything you get in the box. So let's just show these boxes some respect and then we'll start off with the CB-1. So you got the headphones right here. We'll get to them in a second. And in the box you get a 6.3 millimeter adapter, gold plated. And then what's this one? Let's go to this one. This is like a 10 foot, this is a 10 foot 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter with a screw in and a proprietary lock-in mechanism because it locks into one side. You only get one side on here that you can input. So you got this. This is a proprietary cable. You might be able to find something aftermarket that'll fit inside of there if you break it or if you lose it. This is not necessarily proprietary, but it does have the screw in on here, so you can screw this jack on there, which is very, very nice. That's about 10 feet, by the way. Now we have our coiled cable. And then, yeah, the 3.5 to 3.5, same scenario here. You got the proprietary locking mechanism, then you got the screw in here with, I didn't even mention it on the last one, but you got this spring here. It's a very durable connection here from the wire to the terminal, so I don't think it'll be fraying anytime soon. And this is the part that actually probably takes the most damage. It's not the part up here that goes to your ear. Then you got this coil over right here, so you got plenty of spring with this coil, man. So these should not be getting ripped out or anything like that. You got fair warning. If you walk away, fair warning before you knock something off the shelf or pull off your unit. Anyways, so let's put that there. And that is all you get with the CB-1s. That is it. No bag, no case, no nothing, no extra stuff. And that is because Status Audio really just wants to focus on the star of the show, which is the headphones. They focus on sound quality and the build quality. Even though it's all plastic, man, I got nothing to complain about as far as build quality. So they put all their efforts into the actual thing you're gonna have on your head, not on a bunch of accessories. Now we got the OneOdio DJ headphones. I don't think they really have a name. I've been looking for it. It just says DJ headphones, but we're just gonna call them the OneOdios. Great headphones. I'm gonna put them to the side, but notice they have two inputs here. We have a 6.3 and then we have a 3.5. That's special because you get an inline mic'd cable with an inline mic and a push button here for answering and ending calls. You cannot control volume or anything on here, but it's 3.5 to 3.5. It goes directly into your mobile phone and you can just listen in just like that. Next, we get a 6.3 to 3.5 millimeter cable with a coil. No mic. It is one of my favorite colors, red, so it does stand out and it matches the color scheme of these headphones with the red stitching right here. But this is what's so cool about this cable. Their focus is having you just be on the go without having to carry a bunch of stuff like adapters. Hello, CB-1. So what you can do here is you can plug in your 6.3 here and listen in from your mobile phone, because this is the 3.5 millimeter. Or if you are DJing or listening from a high fidelity audio device, you take that out, flip it upside down, and then you plug it into the 3.5 millimeter side. Then you can plug this into your high fidelity listening device. I love that. I mean, it's such a simple concept. It's amazing that I haven't seen this before, and I don't know, other headphone companies that make headphones that are wired should definitely do this. I don't know if there's a patent or something, but genius. Last but not least, in the box you get a carrying pouch. Nice little carrying pouch, nice pleather. I mean, if you're gonna pick some pleather, this is a good choice. And then you got your OneOdio branding right there. I like it. But I'm gonna put everything off to the side except the boxes, because we got to talk about the headphones themselves. Now, so as far as styling and everything, as far as my taste goes, my personal taste aims directly at the OneOdio. They've got stitching up there in contrasting stitching. It's red and black. Then they got stitching on the ear cups. The overall design of the headphone is beautiful. It kind of sits on my head like the Victories do. It's, you know, it's like a big crown over your head. You see, I gotta open them up. Now, I do have a small head, so if you got a big head, you're gonna have to open them up a lot. Me being a peanut head dude and still having to open them up a little bit speaks volume. No pun intended. But this is how they look on your head. So you can see that the ear cups are huge. They're about 1 inch. And just as a comparison, you got just about 1 inch to 1 inch and maybe 1/4 of ear cup on both of these. As far as noise isolation, they both isolate noise as well as something like this would with these giant ear cups with the music off. Now, both of them, and that's not that good to be honest with you. So if you're just looking to put on some headphones for some silence, don't pick these because they don't really isolate that well. But as soon as you turn up the music just a little bit, it's amazing the black magic that happens. In both of these headphones, as soon as you turn up the music just a little bit, everything outside just kind of disappears. I don't know, it's some kind of black magic they've worked in here. So as far as noise cancellation, these are not active noise canceling, these are passive, meaning the padding and the overall design contributes to the noise canceling, but just turn that music up just a little bit. So you can listen to these at low volume and isolate lots of noise. But back to these, as far as design goes, I love them. Well, okay, so the one thing I do not like about the design is that there's way too much articulation, way too much. So sometimes when you pick them up, they're not oriented right and you have to kind of figure out which way to do them and they just kind of collapse in your hand. If I were gonna change anything about these headphones, I would tighten up everything. First of all, I wouldn't make them articulate so much. Some of this is just truly unnecessary. It doesn't need to rotate 180 degrees this way. I think, yeah, that's kind of silly. And yeah, it's just too much, but I would definitely tighten some things up. There are no screws. This is an all plastic build with a tiny sheet of aluminum or stainless steel in there for the headband. But, and I don't even think that goes all the way through. I'm not really sure, but there's no screws on here. So there's no way for you to physically tighten anything. It is what it is. But once they're on your head, these are amazing headphones as far as the way they feel. I mean, look at those cushions, man. Look at them. It's like couch. It's like old leather couch in your mama's like den in the back room that's been in there since your childhood. These are magnificent. They feel amazing, man. It's just like nice soft pillows on your ears. But as far as styling goes, I really like the styling. Everything looks great to me as far as my personal taste goes. Very, very comfortable headphones. Now, coming over here to the CB-1s, we still have a lot of articulation, but they do you a little favor. They help you out. They put a spring in there. So even if they do kind of go out a little bit, they snap right back into place and they still articulate just as much, but they're not as loose as the CB-1s. You don't get as much play because everything's a little bit more tightened up. So thumbs up to CB-1 for doing that. At least, you know, you can just, I mean, look at this. It's not the same as that. So moving on, we got this headband here. This is a solid block of rubber in here, it seems like. So you don't have to worry about breaking them at all. You can just flex them as much as you want to if you got a gigantic head. Let's see how these look. Now, these ear cups, they actually cup over your ear. Your ear will fit in here, whereas your ear will not go in here, but it's so soft you don't even notice it. Your ears actually do fit in there, unless your ears are gigantic. But that's how they look on my head. Do I have to stretch them out? Yeah, you gotta stretch them out just a little bit, even if you got a peanut head, and that's how they sit. The foam padding on the top, it's nice and plush. It's not very thick, but they are pretty comfortable. So yes, because of the shape, you can definitely do some long listening sessions here because you see it's kind of shaped like a head instead of just a round. It's more of an egg shape here. So does that mean I got an egg-shaped head? But we truly do have an all plastic design, even in the headband, man. This is straight up plastic all the way through. But it seems to be holding up pretty well, man. Very durable stuff, it seems like. I don't think they really cheaped out on the plastic. I wouldn't say that. I mean, if you're gonna go all plastic, go big or go home, right? As far as this right here, this could be some tiny thin sheet of aluminum, but man, it feels like plastic. And you got a little bit of branding right there. The ear cups, like I said, they're about 1 inch, maybe 1 1/8 inch, 1 1/4 inch. I don't know, man. Let's just say 1 inch. But the fact that the ear cups cup over your ears, and I wasn't talking about sound quality just yet, but the fact that these cup over your ears and there's so much padding here, it kind of creates some distance in almost like a tiny little room in your ear, like a room around your ear, I guess you would say. And that kind of opens up the soundstage a little bit, which I'll get to in a second. But we'll finish up the design here. Now these look a lot like the Audio-Technica ATH50X or whatever, or some of the other ATH branded headphones, but they're not. I have never heard those, so I can't really compare. But as far as I'm concerned, these are a huge win, being under $100. And I'm not sure how much these cost. I think they're like 60, 80, I don't know. But I mean, these are still what I would consider budget headphones, especially for, I mean, the quality of build and quality of sound you get out of these things. So speaking of quality of sound, which one do I do first? Oh, you want to do these first? Okay, cool. These are great for overall listening. I mean, I'm not a DJ and I'm not an audiophile. I do a lot of video editing, obviously, but as far as monitoring stuff, you know, that's just not what I do all day. But I will tell you, you can listen to these for a seriously long time, 4, 8 hours, whatever, and you might have to shift them a little bit because that's just wear fatigue. But as far as comfort, man, look at that. You are going to be in heaven when you put these on your head. But as far as the sound, you can listen to any type of music on these. These do seem to be tuned a bit more for bass, but it's not overwhelming. It's a nice balanced bass, mids, and highs sound. They have not overdone it. And you don't really need an amp to push them. I have a Samsung phone, and Samsung is known for having a terrible DAC in there, and my Samsung phone pushes these just fine. The mids and the highs, I'm telling you, the highs are crystal clear. They shine through. It's like, wow. But there's plenty of bass there to where you don't feel like you're missing it, or you need to grab another set of headphones when you want to listen to some pop or EDM or something like that, or even some hip hop. So this is a great all-around headphone. If you're a DJ, absolutely yes. I've tried these with some semi-quasi DJ equipment, and yes, they do block out the extra. Like if you're a DJ and you got your setup playing, you put these on your ear, you're not hearing that outside noise with these on. Like I said, they do cancel noise very well once you crank them up just a little bit. But as far as the sound quality, I give these 100%, 2 thumbs up, 10 out of 10. But just remember, they do have a little bit more bass than your average neutral sounding monitoring headphones. But that's not a bad thing, because it's just the right amount, man. It's like when you make some coffee or something and you get just the right amount of cream and sugar in there. That's what this is right here. Just the right amount of bass and balance. Now, moving on to the CB-1s. This is a true pair of monitoring headphones. These are very neutral. However, I would still say you can listen to regular music on these, because these do pack a little bit of bass. Once again, it's just enough. These actually have more bass, but these still have bass. And it's just enough to where you don't really feel like you need to go grab a different set of headphones if you were listening to like maybe some hip hop or something like that, something with more kick to it. You seriously do not need another set of headphones if you have these. If you're a wired guy and that's what you go for because you want that best sound quality, these are great headphones for you because they're going to be very universal. Now, if you're a DJ or something like that, absolutely. The noise canceling, the passive noise canceling in these is really good. The comfort is good. But if you're monitoring and if you're listening to music where you really like a concert type of setting, like when I listen to country music and jazz, I like to listen to it I like the sound of an open back when I listen to country and jazz. I like that kind of open room kind of feel, you know, like almost like an echo or reverb kind of thing, like you're there. These provide something like that. These almost sound like an open back, they are a fantastic closed back headphone, but they sound like a lower end open back. Does that make sense? Because open back, it opens up the soundstage, and that's what these ear cups do. I think the magic is really in the ear cups, how they cup over your ear and create kind of a room for your ear to sit in, and it creates that open feel, that open soundstage. So if you listen to a lot of jazz, country, classical, anything that requires a more open soundstage, but you don't want an open back headphone. Open back headphones sound phenomenal, but not every environment is conducive to an open back headphone because the sound bleed is ridiculous. It's like you can hear what's coming in sometimes. You can hear what's coming in, and they can hear what's coming out. So if you want to close back with some open back sound, these would be the way to go, man. This is probably the closest you're gonna get as far as I'm concerned. And I think all the black magic is due to these the ear cup design. Amazing job here with sound quality. Now, can you listen to overall music? Absolutely. Once again, absolutely for overall listening. If you have these, you really don't need another set of headphones, like I said before. But for monitoring and comfort and stuff like that, I give these a 10 out of 10. Some people, I think they've complained about the top right here, how it kind of taps your head, but I didn't experience that. I did edit a couple of videos in these headphones, and I just had to adjust them a little bit because, you know, your ears are stuck in here for an hour, so there might be some heat build up. I mean, let's be realistic now, nothing's perfect, but I still give them a 10 out of 10. For build quality, definitely a 10 out of 10. I mean, if they start putting metal in these things, then they become heavier and then less comfortable. So, you know, you gotta pick your battles with that kind of stuff. But both of these are super light. Now, which one would I pick over the other? Well, I choose these because I like bass, and I'm not looking for an open stage when I listen to these. I want comfort and long-term wear, and some great overall sound because I listen to all genres. But on the flip side, I like bass. So if I want a more open sound stage, I just do it in my EQ versus the natural headphone. These are great. Trust me, you will not feel bad if you buy either one. It's just that I prefer these better, even though they're so flimsy. Look at this. They're both collapsible. They both will fold up in your bag nice and neat. They both sound fantastic. I'm gonna give it a draw, man. I cannot pick one over the other, even though I did. But for you, man, if you're asking which one should I get, don't just flip a coin, man. You're gonna win either way. I've told you my details. These shine where there's more bass. These shine in the open sound stage. So what are you looking for? I guess it kind of depends on what your primary use is. So they can both be used for monitoring. They can both be used for regular music listening. These just pack more bass. These just have a more open sound stage. So you pick which one you want. Take out your quarter and flip the coin. But look, I ain't no expert in this kind of stuff. I'm just doing a comparison video, and I sure ain't no audiophile, so I don't even know if my word is the gospel. But look, if y'all want to see any more videos like this, if you got any special requests or want to see something special on the channel, man, look, travel down there to the description box. Visit me at Patreon, man. Drop $1 in the tip jar. But one more thing before I go, make sure you tap on that like button, smash that subscribe, and I'll see y'all at the next one.